in all its forms is highly toxic in nature. It's a neurotoxin that adversely affects the nervous system. It's known to affect the functions of the brain, even leading to loss of memory, personality changes, muscular dysfunction, and loss of memory. Yet, it is used with very little thought on the risk they pose to individuals involved in healthcare settings, including workers, patients, and the environment at large. Mercury is mostly found in healthcare products in its elemental form, as a liquid metal. It can be found in thermometers, blood pressure devices, gastrointestinal tubes, batteries, and fluorescent lamps. It's also found in cleaning agents and fixatives for laboratory work. Another major area of usage is dentistry. Dental amalgams have almost 50% mercury. Understanding the threat, many countries across the world have shifted to mercury-free alternatives and have proper mercury management policies in place.
Internationally, many countries have adopted mercury-free policies, such as in Latin America and Southeast Asia, and the World Health Organization is also promoting now mercury-free healthcare. Internationally, again, there is a large negotiation happening for a globally binding treaty. Multilateral treaty will try and ensure that mercury is removed from global circulation, both from supply and demand. And from the demand side, healthcare sector again is a significant place where this can be done.
Some states and hospitals in India are also in the process of adopting these best practices. HIHT in Dehradun is one such success story. They have proved that with diligent planning and training protocols in place, shift to new equipment can be a welcome experience.
Eradicating mercury, particularly from healthcare settings, which is what we were involved in, we decided to take that up as a major objective, and that was in 2006. And we have been in the process of gradually removing all mercury over the years, and we are now 99.5% mercury-free. First of all, we did a lot of planning, so we had very little resistance. Let me tell you the big picture first. We sat down and did a lot of research, trying to figure out what kind of mercury-free instruments were out there that we felt were reliable and valid. And it was a big job, meaning that we had to really look hard to find good instruments that were out there that were not mercury instruments.
The hospital did a lot of research in finding accurate instruments and tested their accuracy in-house and even at higher altitudes. The physiology department of the medical college has played a major role in training and introducing the importance of replacing mercury BP instruments and thermometers to the medical and nursing faculty. The department has educated well over 400 practitioners to date. The physiology, medical, and nursing departments sat together and designed a protocol to measure the blood pressure. This, they realized, was very critical in determining the accuracy of the reading.
During the course of this installation and changing, we also found there are some problems in the usage of this equipment. And to our knowledge, we had found 2 cases where there was some disparity in the blood pressure measurement. Now, we looked into it and we found it was a problem with the user rather than with the instrument. So what we did was we started with the training program, both for the faculty as well as for the nursing staff and other health providers on the use of this instrument for measurement of blood pressure.
Following this, the hospital has discontinued the use of mercury fillings in the dental department.
I joined this institute in March 2006. From that onwards, I'm only using composites. I'm not using mercury fillings. We are getting more patients from villages, but they are really paying and they are very happy with the white fillings.
HIHT has developed a set of replicable best practices for mercury phase-out. All mercury-based thermometers and BP instruments to be replaced by mercury-free ones. Precision issues of digital instruments should be discussed with the physicians. dental departments to shift to non-mercury filling material and ensure a foolproof collection and storage of mercury-containing wastage. Hospitals should factor the additional cost of one-time shift in their budgetary proposal to implement the policy. Verification of instruments for accuracy is very critical. Thus, the hospital has started a program for verifying the accuracy of the aneroid BP instruments every 6 months.
When administration decide anything that has to be done, others should follow, and we should try to motivate them to take their cooperation, whether they are the senior or whether they are juniors. We asked all the departments to cooperate, and specifically we have asked physiology department, we asked nursing department, and to our doctor team, we have selected the doctor team also, our biomedical department. We incorporated everyone, and we had decided that we will go with the mercury-free instruments, and we had taken input from all of them, and how we should go on, that we have proceeded it out. So cooperation from every department is very much necessary if we want to have something change in our system.
A successful mercury phase-out program must ensure strong commitment from the hospital management, communication through drafting and circulating a written policy, improving accountability by making a senior administrator in charge of the program, training to provoke changed practices as well as attitudes towards non-mercury instruments, and a strict regime of verification to retain user confidence on these instruments. Mercury-based instruments are comparatively more fragile in nature. Most hospitals using mercury-free instruments are also vouching for their sturdiness and resultant cost-effectiveness.
The breakage of these mercury equipments was very high. In all the hospitals over in India, we find it is very high. And the cost incurred by replacing those mercury equipments, broken mercury equipment, with a new one, if we add up that over these 5 years, it adds to a huge amount of money. Now, if we put a larger capital in getting the aneroids, over the years we will be saving a lot of money because of this. And as Dr. Kathy has said about it, probably we have saved about 10 to 15 lakhs of money.
The Ministry of Health, Government of India, has issued guidelines for mercury phase-out in healthcare setups. This came about following the successful phase-out in Delhi, triggered by the first study published by Toxics Link, the lurking menace in 2004. Toxics Link has also worked with 2 other state governments, Punjab and Manipur, and the Hubli-Dharwad municipality to get state orders on mercury phase-out in place. It's time now to follow their lead. Being mercury-free might be a voluntary decision for a few more years, but soon enough, it will become mandatory. A global mercury treaty is just round the corner, which aims at cutting down the usage and release of this toxic heavy metal. It's time to change. Time for all of us to do some introspection and start being responsible.